This is the adventure of the blue car. Today's story, Super Target Mystery.
Here we are in the Indio desert. But that thing shimmering on the horizon behind me is not a mirage. It's a target. The world's largest target. In fact, it is the town of Target. It's so big. It has a huge population only because the people that go in can't find their way out. This is a good way for Target to make customers. Oh, because it's such a huge target, they sell these great things. Let me show you. They're called cinnamon muffins. They're called cinnamon muffins. And they're beautiful. Your average little corner store Target don't sell them. But the super Targets that consist of a town of their own do. So have you ever stuck out in the middle of nowhere and you see a little shimmer on the horizon? I would head for it if I was you, because it might not just be your imagination playing tricks, it may actually be a Target store. Target stores, a regular fixture of American life. Why, there's probably one down the road from you right now. Anna Kasparian is one happy shopper whose glowing recommendation represents the experience of most Target customers.
95% of the enjoyment I get from Target is just walking around and looking at stuff. This is what I like about Target. A, they have cute clothes for very low prices.
Yeah.
B, they have a Starbucks within the Target.
That's
so
nice.
I can get my iced coffee while I walk around looking for clothes. They have inexpensive makeup that I desperately need for the show on a daily basis. The pharmacy I go to is in Target. So everything I need is in this Target, and I like walking around and enjoying the electronics section and, I don't know, enjoying all the things that Target has to offer.
And the electronics section also offered Daleks. The first Target opened in 1927 in Roseville, Minnesota, as a nuclear test site for the US Air Force. The fallout proved too controversial and toxic for shoppers, so a second radioactive free store opened in 1955, miraging the desert landscape of Indio, California. Being a remote outpost of retail inconvenience, Target quickly boomed into a town full of first names only. Travelers' last names were left behind, forgotten along with outstanding warrants or prior grievances or ex-spouses, all from another life. People flocked from far and wide to find sanctuary and second chances in that American Casablanca. Because of the population's unwillingness to associate with the outside world, culture within its walls stalled. The 1950s survived and thrived inside as the modern world rotated onwards, around and around. This wasn't all for the best though, as the naive utopian Target tempted a serial killer. The Indio Target had grown in leaps and bounds, encompassing a full-fledged 1950s community of homes, gas stations, libraries, coffee shops, Pizza Huts, as well as the original retail outlet, and thus the highest professional occupation was checkout chick. One such checkout chick was Tracy, and on the night of March 15th, Wait, this will sound much better coming from Unsolved Mysteries.
On the night of March 15th, 1989, Tracy was assigned to close the store and tally up the day's receipts. 15 minutes before closing time, Tracy was alone. It was 8:45 p.m. 2 hours later, a shopping mall security guard noticed that the lights inside the women's clothing store were still on. The front door was unlocked. The guard called out but received no response. He walked toward the back of the store. In a storage room, he found Tracy's lifeless body. At almost the same moment, Tracy's parents were en route to the shopping mall. It was nearly 11 p.m., more than an hour after Tracy usually returned home.
I'm worried for nothing.
Okay, I know everything's going to be fine. Uh-oh.
What the hell is this?
What is... Look, there's police cars, Bill.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Oh my God.
Yes, they were police cars, Bill. The Target Forensic Service had moved in on the crime scene. Heading the investigation was veteran detective Grifton Lenore. Was the murderer a resident of Target, or someone who came and went in the middle of the night? A week of door knocking and questionnaires led to nothing. Nothing except Karen, a 20-year-old Pizza Hut waitress who one night ventured outside into the chilly desert parking lot for some fresh air on her cigarette break. She didn't return. She was found the next day on the side of the road that led to Interstate 10. With 2 murders and 2 crime scenes, Detective Grifton Lenore began piecing together the mystery. The authorities took the unprecedented step of forcing residents to lock their doors. They restricted parking lot traffic to keep a half-mile radius from the town's outer walls, and they enforced the unheard-of policy of not talking to strangers. An atmosphere of mistrust and suspicion blanketed the town, pitting shopper against shopper, neighbor against neighbor, mother against children, ducks against dogs, etc. Librarian Susan was locking up for the night when she remembered she had an overdue book in her hand. She reopened the library only to become overdue herself. Now, with 3 crime scene photographs in his hand, Grifton Lenore was able to deduce the identity of the Target killer. Can you? With these 3 photographs of the crime scenes, can you find the killer's name and occupation? That's right. It's a long-haul freight truck driver named Tommy Bowden. Now knowing that Tommy Bowden passed through Indio once a week, the authorities didn't want to raise alarm. Luckily, the Monkees were playing a concert in town and were more than happy to help discreetly locate the freight truck.
Walking down the street, we get the funniest looks from everyone we meet.
They did.
Don't worry, the Monkees are fine. Michael Nesmith will need a new hat though.
And ran Tommy Bowden off the road. He burnt to death in agony. Although he did not commit the murders, not really anyway. He was possessed by a demonic creature named Bob, who originated from the Black Lodge, an extra-dimensional realm located on the outskirts of a town called Twin Peaks, Washington. but that's another story. The Target killer was dead, yet the town of Target was changed forever, forced to grow up too fast, too quickly. The innocence of that lone outpost evaporated into the modern polluted sky.
There's a place where lovers go to cry their troubles away. Maybe down in lonesome town I can learn to forget.
Just another intriguing place that we've stopped at on this adventure of ours. Where do we go next week, Pa?
This is the adventure of the blue car. Next story, Mainville, Pennsylvania.